What is going on, my people? Welcome back to the channel for another album review. I'm your boy Nassim the Dream. If you're new to the channel, go right on ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell as well to always keep notified of my newest content. Today, I will be reviewing the new Ghost record, IMPERA. This is the 5th full-length LP from Swedish Grammy Award-winning metal rock band Ghost. IMPERA Follows was probably my most personal favorite record from Ghost prequel. A record that just really holds a lot of solid metal rock material on here. Just a lot of great mixing and mastering onto this record, along with some marvelous songwriting material. To mention some of my favorite cuts into the record, I have to mention with the song Faith, Dance McGabry, and Rats. But what seems to be the fan favorite comes from the 2015 LP, Meloria, which admittedly to me is the overall better record, showcasing the band's maturity and improvement following since their debut. This was the record that really showcased the best of what the band had to offer when it comes to the eerie and sinister qualities that the image is known for especially. My expectations for this record just have remained pretty neutral based off the teaser tracks for this. Listening to this really kind of made me feel like anything's possible for this newest record, good or bad. To my ears, recognizing a lot of the inspiration going into this new record comes from a lot of 80s hard rock and heavy metal. Just hearing a lot of Def Leppard on here, Metallica, Dio, Slayer, Van Halen. Conceptually goes into a deep message about powerful empires, using this in relation to the current comparisons in our society with higher powers in our time and those who live under it. Talking about a lot of things on these songs that go about hierarchy and its destruction really goes deep on that detail a lot. Kicking off with the epic royal entrance transitioning right into the track Kaisairon, already moving along into the record with a kick-ass speed, adrenaline rush to it, really just goes off with his guitar riffs and the momentum on here, it's pretty sick. The whole first portion of this record really goes off with that Ghost signature, really reflects off of their last record, Prequel. Reaching the first single release for Imperium, Call Me Little Sunshine, has a grooving rock metal sickness building up with a very well melodic verse to its heavy metal influences. It just has his vivid HD display. Another reason why this band just really shows off with the production and how they make everything in the quality so big and tremendous in the mix. Watcher in the Sky features one of my favorite choruses in the entire LP. This song transitions fairly well with these muted strum passages and some onto the killer power chords. Transitioning into a different highlight onto the record, The Darkness at the Heart of My Love, focusing on more of these chord progressions patterned with the acoustic fingerpicking styles. And I do want to mention the solos on here are just totally old school, yet so fresh and new. It's marvelous. The guitar work is marvelous. Moving on into the second release single for this record, 20s, goes off a little notion of this little rub in your face celebration to a higher class naysayer, thinking that they're better than you, then backfires when that higher power becomes outdone by the person that they look down upon. I also like the fact that the band called this vibe Slayer meets some sort of Missy Elliott thing. Yes. But like how I mentioned in my Singles of the Week video for this track when it initially came out, I still am placed into the neutral zone for the song. I still really can't get into these passages that don't really induce into anything physically or emotionally to me. I honestly just feel like the hook comes off more hysterical than it does musical. And along with that, there's still a few songs that I had to nitpick at that they were mild compared to the early tracks onto this LP. Griftwood being one of the examples I wanted to mention. Just overall feels like the energy just simmers down a little bit too much onto the here. And also I feel like it's biting a little bit too hard at the 80s rock influences too. I also wanted to mention the beginning, middle, and end of this record. There's build-up tracks to rally in the excitement for those sections. And I think it's best used for the closer, Respite Of The Spitalfields. This is just one that flies right past your head and just feels way more smoother in transition to compare to the rest. The other ones weren't so bad, but this one is just easily stands out more. To be totally honest, I wasn't really expecting to enjoy this record much at all, but yo, I thought this was good. I certainly had a better experience than I thought I would. So I really do feel like after this listen that this is going to be a kind of a record that has a lot of mixed feelings to a lot of fans, depending on what those Ghost fans really liked from the band. Like for example, if you're really into that sinister, eerie aura that Meloria first grabbed onto, then I think that you're not really going to fancy this record. But I will say, if you enjoyed a lot of the new material that Prequel had to offer from the band, then I think you have a much better chance of coming away from this record feeling way more content. Okay, there's some faults on here, sure. The layout for this record sounds easily recognizable as most of the records on here. It just really stays with that same style that Ghost used in the band's music. But in my most humble opinion, that really just doesn't discredit any of the work made onto this record. I really feel like the band put a lot of thought into the conceptions on here, into the production, into the songwriting, riffs on riffs on riffs. This would be such a vibe in a live audience, and I really hope I get the chance to see that this year. I'm gonna give Ghost's Imperia a 77%. Guys, as always, thank you so much for watching the video. video. If you enjoyed, go ahead and like, share, and comment down below. And if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. Down in the description, you'll see all the separate tracklist ratings I have for the album, more videos, and also the links to my social media accounts so you can keep up with me on the daily. I'll catch you in the next one. Dose.